Welcome to this presentation on tarot symbolism and working out good days and bad days. Symbolic numerology, as I've called it, is working with spiritual energies using Rosicrucian and tarot symbolism. I'm beginning with a basic formula. E is basic daily energy, which is the sum of the numbers for the date and the month, presented as a tarot card, which is either a planetary energy or a zodiac one. The symbol Aleph here just stands for symbolism. All these planetary energies, daily energies, are composite energies. The system uses the 22 tarot trumps, and in this case the Fool is numbered 22. The numbers 1 through 10 are also important, giving additional detail. Year numbers can be used, but they're not usually used in day-to-day calculations. These calculations reflect everybody, general energies for a given day. Any deck of tarot will do. For the rest of this presentation, I'm using the Golden Dawn Temple deck by kind permission of my friends at Wendrich Art House. As we're at a new year here in January, I will just briefly next look at 2020 and 2021. But before we do that, I just want to familiarize you with the planetary attributions used within the Golden Dawn tarot system. Here are the first 7, made up of a card, a letter, and an attribution. 3 attributions are worth mentioning. The attribution traditionally to air can also be used for the planet Uranus. The planet used for water, number 12, the Hanged Man, can be used for Neptune. And the planet 20, Judgment, Fire and Spirit, can also be used for Pluto. Saturn can also be used for Earth, as it says. The third column, next to the Hebrew letters, are the paths on the tree of life, which in this instance I'm not using, so we can leave those out. Here we are then, 2020. First of all, card 20, Judgment, Fire, Pluto. We see the symbolism indicating a resurrection, a change, transformation, and a lot of energy. some of which is negative, symbolized by set typhon here on the edge of things. The Hebrew letter Shin, shown here, stands for resurrection. The Caduceus here stands for transformation. The archangel is blowing his trumpet. Traditionally, he's Michael. This card could be doubled for 2020, but for space considerations, I'm only showing 2 cards. 2 and 2 equals 4. And so over on this side here, we have number 4, the Emperor. Hebrew letter He, and zodiac sign Aries. Symbolism here is a ram. Very authoritarian regal figure, seated inside the letter He, which among other things can signify a window. But when you look at his feet and his overall posture on his throne, holding a scepter of power, one of the words that comes to mind is lockdown. And this is very much a good set of symbols: transformation, authority, and lockdown for 2020, whether we like it or not. And that's our first illustration of the way symbolically this scheme works. We move along now to 2021. We see the symbol for 20 is still there, but next to it is the symbol for 2021. This is Saturn, the Earth. The signs around the edge, here the coloured ones, represent the 12 signs of the zodiac, and in the centre of each one is a representation of the sign of the zodiac, expressed in terms of the planets, stars of that zodiac sign. 21 as a tarot card is a sign of completeness, a sign of energy. All 4 of the elements, air, earth, fire and water, are present in the corners. And when we get to it, 21 and 20, 2 and 2 and 1 comes out as 5. Here the zodiac sign has changed from Aries to Taurus, bull's heads on the throne of the Hierophant or High Priest. The energy of it, the East, is shown here according to Golden Dawn symbolism. And these 4 letters, 5 letters, I beg your pardon, are Vove, with the meaning of a nail, or something that joins things together. So we see that the energies are changing as we move into 2021. There is perhaps a sign of knowledge. He's reading from a scroll, and spiritual insight. He's wearing the robes of a high priest. So we see a difference in energy between 2020 and 2021. In the ordinary way of things, for any date, we take the numbers of the day and month. 2 examples: the 10th of February These are random. 10th, 10, and February 2 give us 12. And here we see Mem, a sign of Neptune. One of its meanings is transformation, new insight, new knowledge. A rebirth symbol. Sometimes the world turned upside down. If we move along another one at random, 14th of February, 14 plus 9 equals 23. 23 is bigger than 22. Oops. I need to go back one. 23 is bigger than 22. So we add 2 and 3 and we get 5. And there again we get the Hierophant. Same symbolism for the 14th of February as we saw as part of 2021. Incidentally, the 14th of September, the feast of St. Michael and all angels. When the energy equals 15, we have to be a little careful. As we see here, the energy is the energy of the devil, meaning the sign of Capricorn down here, and the Hebrew letter Ain here and here, which has the meaning of an eye. Means that if we're not looking closely at things, we can be deceived. Notice that this is not the same as the sun or the moon or any other planet in Capricorn in astrology, because it's a straight force. It doesn't have a planet mixed with it. The trickiness is caused by the fact that the symbolism of Capricorn, the mountain goat, with a fish's tail in some cases, is a mixture of the spiritual and the material. The goat of Capricorn can climb to the highest mountain because he's very sure-footed if he wants to, but he doesn't always. And he may be admired and chained in earthly things. This is the real tricky time of the month. The energy of Mars, the Tower. It's not always seriously bad, but check it out. When I do astrology or any other divinatory investigation, I usually do it after the event. Something happens, somebody shunts the back of your car, and you think, what's going on? I can either draw up a horoscope if I feel so inclined, and I'll obviously usually discover something that I wasn't aware of, or I'll work out that it's actually an E16 tricky energy day. And just noticed here when I look at it, going back to what I said about things not always being bad, here's a unicorn, which is a very good positive symbol. Just watch out for day of the month, which is E16. Not always the 16th of the month either. Birthdays. I was born on an E16. 13th of March is 13 and 3, which is 16. Fortunately, the rules for birthdays are a little different. When you're doing a birthday, because it's a special day for you and a beginning, you would include the sum of the year to find your birth number, which is a special number important for you. And mine is a 9, which is the Hermit, shown on the left here. Esoteric light and knowledge, and walking the path, the initiate. For any given year, what you do is you add up the sum of your age. And for me this year in 2021, that number is a 12, which I've already spoken about. The cards I've used in this presentation are available from wendricharthouse.com, and for further information, 2 books are significant. The Zephothic Odyssey by Harry and Nicola Wendrich, the artists who are responsible for these cards, which gives detailed interpretations and their understanding. And Colour and the Kabbalah by James and Doreen Sturzaker. Because in the Golden Dawn tradition, the colour is a very important indicator of the meaning of a vibration. Light and darkness, bright colours, pale colours, all give you an insight into the meaning of a given day. But you can use whichever tarot card you like, tarot deck you like. It's whatever resonates with you. That concludes this brief presentation. I hope that you find it useful as we work out in the new year the good and the bad days. Thank you very much.